So this is the horse that was rescued from the kill pen. She is actually a pretty nice horse to ride, but she does some things that can be very intimidating. And I've had her about a month, plenty enough time for me to get to know her and kind of her quirks, and I have a pretty good idea. I mean, I'll never know for sure how she ended up in the kill pen, but I got a pretty good idea that a lot of it has to do with her facial expressions and some of the things that she does. I guess the best way to put it is, if she was a person, she would be on the autism spectrum. Her facial expressions don't match her actions, and I could see where that would be very intimidating to if someone really keyed in on that and really worried and stressed over that. And it'd be very intimidating. So what I am noticing with her, she pins her ears a lot, but she never acts like she really wants to do anything bad. Like as I'm riding around, she'll pin her ears and act a little fussy, but her body never gets stiff. So when you're paying attention to your horse and learning your horse, don't just key in on the ears. I mean, I've talked a lot about the ears, talking about that's the window of what the horse is thinking. I mean, that's typically what we do, is key in on that. But you can't ignore everything else that their body tells you. Right there, she looked at the banner and she kind of inverted and got a little stiff. That's a true reaction. What her face was doing matched her body. You'll see as I start working her in just a minute, she's going to pin her ears, and I'll talk to you about how what her body does doesn't match her face. So let's go ahead and ask her to trot a little bit. She's looking around. She was in her stall last night and hasn't had any turnout since then, so she's a little bit fresh. And I don't know if you've been able to hear since I've got on, she's been blowing a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Right there, her ears went up and her shoulder fell in. Her body reacted to what her ears did. So she's a little bit overreactive out here just because she's a little fresh, but we're going to go with it. Her head is up. I've talked a good bit about head position, and a lot of people want to see the head up. They think that's what's natural. That is not necessarily what's natural. Right now her head is up, but she's very heavy on her front end. What is natural for this horse is for her neck to be more horizontal to the ground, more straight out. And that would lift her shoulders and round her back. That's one of the things that she has needed work on, is more engagement in the back end. So when I come around to the fence, we're going to change directions. And trot the other way. Her neck just softened a little bit. That's more what's natural for her. When her head softened down a little bit and her chin came in a little bit, I felt her back and her shoulders relax. That is what's natural for her. People get too hung up on looking at that head, and they want to see that head a little higher, and they want to see that dashboard in front of them. That is not natural for most horses. Now we're going to turn into the fence again. Kind of lost her forward at the end. It's okay, we're going to turn and we're going to go. I know you see me doing a variation of this exercise in a lot of my videos. And it's an exercise that a lot of different horses need for different reasons. So even though you might see me doing the exercise in a couple of different videos, it's noteworthy to pay attention why I'm doing the exercise And a lot of times there's a little variation. See how she's sliding out? A lot of times there's a little variation to it. Because she's sliding out, I don't have control over this right shoulder. So let's go back and let's do some bend, counter bend circles. Bend to the left, move the shoulder to the left. I need better control over the shoulder. Let's go to the right. Move the shoulder to the left. There we go. I did another video this morning where I was working another horse, a similar exercise that was a little bit greener. I don't know if that video will be up before or after this video. But this horse is a little further along with the exercise, and I have a little bit better lateral control. Now let's move left rein, left leg. I still would like more bend. There we go. There. I want to be able, in the counter bend, I want to be able to see the horse's eyeball in front of the bridle. That tells me that's kind of how I judge my counter bend. Right now, I'm bent to the right. I can see the eyeball in front of the bridle. Can't see the left eyeball. But now when I go into this counter bend to the left, I want to be able to see that left eyeball and move the shoulder to the right. There we go. Then I'll release the rein, go back to a right bend. I can't always get that much counter bend to begin with. Sometimes I just got to take what I can get and then just build on it. Now let's go to a counter bend, left eyeball, left leg. Left leg. There we go. She's trying to pull her head around and go that way, which she does need to look where she's going. You watch me in any of my more advanced horses, my reining horses, my cow horses. When I turn their head loose and steer, they're always going to be looking where they're going. And I can actually control where their head is and which way it's looking by my legs. But at this point, I'm not concerned about the head looking where they're going. It's more important that I have control of the shoulder. I need to steer the shoulder. The steering does not come from the face. If you've ever had a horse run off with you, a horse can run off with you with his nose down to your leg. Pulling his nose around is not necessarily going to stop a horse. They can still run off with you. I need my steering to come from the shoulders. And to break that loose, I need the face counter. There we go. Need the face counter bend so I can see the outside eyeball. Let's go back to the left with the right bend. There we go. Good girl. All right, so let's go back to our trot again. If the outside shoulder slides out, I'm going to push it in with my outside leg. I'm going to use my right rein and my right leg to control the right side, my left rein and my left leg to control the left side. Then bring the shoulders over. Right rein controls the right bend, controls the bend, controls the direction the horse is thinking. He's thinking about going right. Now I can use the left rein to add shift to the back end. There we go. Make the horse shift to the inside hip. The horse shifts to his inside hip off of the outside rein. So that would be left rein right there. And then let's go forward. Go forward. There we go. So I'll bend to the left, and I make this circle smaller by shifting the weight to the inside hip, which is by making contact with the right rein. There we go, and go back forward again. Your circle is not going to get smaller by bending the horse more. If you bend the horse more, you're poking the right shoulder out, the horse is going to go that way. your circle gets smaller off the outside rein, shifting the weight to the inside hip. Let's go back the other way. In the process of doing that, I'm lifting the back up, lifting the shoulders up, and engaging that inside hip. Let's go to the left. She's a little stiffer on my left rein. I'd like her to be a little softer than my right rein. Bring her to the left. She's kind of pushing on my right rein, right leg. There we go. And let's go straight. So what I'm going to do, I've been kind of working a circle. Let's change it up and kind of work some turns and straight lines. Let's get her going straight a little bit. Straight and turn. Now let's go straight. Bit of left leg there and turn. Don't really care what kind of turn we make. I'm not trying to make a particular shape. I just want to turn somewhere and then go straight. By straightening the horse up, I'm adding a little bit of outside rein there. Bring the shoulder in line. That helps the horse to engage us back in again. It's all the same thing. Little maneuvers to accomplish the same thing. You just vary the exercise according to what the horse needs at that time. Starting to break at the pole a little bit better. That's nice. I'm not going to force her to put it any place in particular, but I need the back up. I need the neck relaxed. Broke at the pole. Whoa. The pole is this part right here where the bridle sits. And when I say broke at the pole, what I mean is she bends this last vertebrae where her skull is attached to this first vertebrae and brings her chin in towards her chest so that her forehead is more perpendicular to the ground. That's what I mean by broke at the pole. The pole is where the spine attaches to the skull. So when I say broke at the pole, neck is relaxed and her head is tilted in just a little bit. Her chin is brought in a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I need. When they do that, they're stretching their spine and lifting their back. Using the back right there. Using these back muscles correctly. I've got you see me work a couple of Morgans I got here, a walking horse. And it's the same thing. We still need that broke at the spine and the chin brought in. There we go. Different breeds have different conformations, and because of those different conformations, you get a little bit different movements, a little bit different ways of travel, but correct is still correct no matter what the breed is. It's the conformation that changes the overall picture. There we go. A little bit of left rein, left leg. Gotta go forward. I'm running out of gas. Come on. She's got to keep going. She's telling me that she's getting a little bit tired. I've been exercising these muscles. Just like when we work out, it starts to feel like work. Get a little bit of burn. If you stop, you're not going to gain what you need to gain with the workout. So I don't want to overwork her, but I need to work her to the point where she is building the muscle that she needs to build. Getting a nice break at the pole there. I'm kind of lost the left shoulder a little bit. Let's go straight. This time we're going to go left. There we go. We'll put a left rein, left leg. She pulled on my left hand. Left rein, left leg. Both legs go forward. Left rein, left leg. I can tell that her left side is getting tired. Don't want to quit just yet. Do want to lope her just a little bit. Let's see what we can get. Nothing changes at a lope. Everything is still the same. Come on. Like I said, nothing changes. Everything is still the same. I gotta push her forward. Kind of leaning to the left. That's that weak left side. That's why we have to build it. Both legs. Now, when I'm riding her forward, I'm more squeezing with both spurs in the middle where they're hanging, asking her to pick her back up. Left rein, left leg there. Want to fall in a little bit. Left rein, left leg. This horse is going to be very nice to ride. She has a nice trot. She has a nice lope. Just need to carry her body a little bit better. She's also getting a lot better about her grouchy face as she gets more fit. In the beginning, her ears were pinned just about all the time. Now that she's getting more fit, she's not complaining about the work, and it's getting a lot better. It's probably what happened that got her. So she ended up where she ended up. For whatever reason, she lost fitness. The work became hard. She complained about the work and intimidated the owner. Definitely could see that. And I definitely wouldn't blame the owner for being intimidated. When this right shoulder comes out, she's doing it right there, I'm putting a little bit of neck rein on, but I'm also opening my left rein, trying to encourage the shoulders to go that way as opposed to lifting. If I lifted, I'd be encouraging the shoulders to go this way. By opening, using my right rein, right leg. Come on. One more time. By opening and using my right rein, right leg, that encourages the shoulders to go this way. Whoa. Good girl. All right, let's lope a little bit to the right, see what we get. Left leg back. She's generally a little bit better this way. She's better, as you saw when I was trotting, she was breaking at the pole better to the right this way. Because of that, she's using her back end better to the right, which makes the right lope better. One of the questions that I had a while back, is a really good question, was how do I know when to advance from the walk to the trot or the trot to the lope? Because anytime you advance to a faster speed, things are going to kind of fall apart. And you can make, you can make any gait, you walk, you trot, or you lope, perfect 10, as fine as it could be. And when you go faster, it's going to fall apart. That's just part of it. So what I like to do is I'll get it reasonably nice. You've kind of saw how I worked on the walk and the trot. It wasn't perfect, but she was doing the right things. Then I ask for more effort, and then I'll bring back down, and we'll walk in a little bit. We're asking around. I'm sending her forward. So you set your foundation, ask for more effort. When it falls apart, you go back and work your foundation again. You have to keep asking for that next step. If you never ask for the next step, your horse is never going to get there. Walking this, I'm asking her to move off my legs, move off my hands. So as we're walking this, I'm asking her to move off my hands, move off my legs, reestablishing, reaffirming that foundation that kind of fell apart when we went faster. So this is Maggie. She's turned out to be a really nice horse. This is the one that was rescued from the kill pen. I am glad that her owner did that. She definitely was worth it. It's going to be a nice horse. I'll put a link up here to the other video that I did of her. I've done a couple, but I'll put a link up here to the first one. And until next time, thank you for watching.